Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, may I have your attention, please? Are you ready to engage in a mind-blowing experience and hear talks about life, technology, entertainment, and business? The next episode of Hipther Talks starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everyone, I'm back now, once again, here at Hipther Talks. I have with me today another ambassador. You know, I feel like I'm the president of a country and interrogating of some of our ambassadors who are who are remotely located. So today I'm speaking with Andrius Gabnys, founder and attorney at law at Gabnys.Gabniene, a boutique law firm located in Vilnius, Lithuania. Andrius is the ambassador of our MARE Balticum series in the Baltic region, but also a very close friend of ours who is always participating in our conferences. So Andrius, maybe if you would like to maybe add something to this to describe yourself as an introduction.
Hi Zoltan, hi everybody, and thank you very much for having me here. Yes, I am Andrius Gabnys. I'm an international gambling lawyer. Yes, as you mentioned, I'm a founder and an attorney at Gabnys.Gabniene. I've been in the gambling industry for over 12 years, so that's already a bit of time. And as the ambassador, I really hope I will meet the expectations. When because you came out with this crazy idea, even calling it MARE Balticum. But eventually it came out as a very, very good format.
Yeah, we are really happy about it because it really gathers all the people from the Baltic and Nordic region, and lately it has been a very, very trendy for international experts as well, especially from Europe. So yeah, and we are really happy because we could have not done this without you. So it's it's really great to have you there. There's going to be a live stream available for some of the participants who cannot join or would like to just hear the content and are that can afford to miss on the networking part. It's a hybrid.
But still, yeah, it's more of a live event with an online possibility. Let's say with an option to have it online. So that is something that I'm really. That's the event I'm looking forward the most actually for the 2022.
I know you're well connected over there, and thanks to your relations, we can speak with the regulators directly and invite them to the conference. But maybe could you give us something like a smaller briefing about the main changes that are coming in 2022?
Yeah, sure. It's for me, it's quite nice to say that there are big things going on. So in Lithuania, I think the majority of the audience they know that the online regime was introduced in 2016, so it's already 5 years old. But that online regime introduced a land-based presence requirement, which was a headache for everybody, a headache for basically all B2Cs. They had interest in Lithuanian industry, in Lithuanian market. But so to speak, within 5 years, there were no entries by licensing. All of the, let's say, entries were by acquisition. So that proves, that the land-based presence requirement was a showstopper for basically everybody.
Yeah.
And finally, this is eliminated in full. Because of the recent amendments in the Gambling Act of Lithuania, which will enter into force in mid-2022 in July. It's a very, very, very good timing actually to have the conference 12th of May, literally prior the July entry of these massive changes. Obviously, it's not only the elimination of the land-based presence, but it's the introduction of the hefty, or let's say, fees of licensing fees. Now it's going to be $500,000 euro for the licensing fee for the remote gambling license. So it's again, it's a lot of money. So you could have done that with the land-based presence as well. With the $500,000 euro, you could have opened a 20 betting shop as required with that $500,000. But it's still a headache. Nobody wants that. Nobody needs that. So it's going to be really interesting to see that. Moving to Latvia, let's say, Latvia, there are no substantial, crucial changes in that kind of respect, but Latvia saw some new entries in live dealer studio environment, because Latvia is known as let's say, a center of live studios, because of the specific legal framework that Latvia has for that. But other than that, it's relatively stable. If not speaking about some movements, the political movements, without any real outcome, at least up to today. And turning to Estonia, I already mentioned one thing during our conferences. There, it can be felt a tremendous change, or let's say growth of the interest of the B2Cs to be licensed in Estonia. It has never been that high. Nothing except of the general AML and GDPR things, which were initiated by the European institutions, which had to be a bit amended. Nothing changed in Estonia. So this recent development in interest of the B2Cs to apply for the Estonian license, to be licensed in the Estonian framework, to be licensed and use it for extensive use. It's a new thing. It's a bit related to maybe a bit of a situation with the MGA in Malta. The businesses are right now reconsidering their diversification of risks and seeing their options. If this legal framework will remain like that, it's one of the most favorable frameworks out there. These movements in the Baltics actually really show the interest, the high interest in of the international players, of the local ones as well. Even not all of the changes are let's say favorable, let's say, to the industry. So I think this is it for the brief.
Since we're talking about the conference, could you give us a scenario about how does it feel to be participating in an in-person conference, a live conference, after so many years? Because I know you have been at one of the conferences this year in September.
Yes.
How did it feel?
We've participated in one of the conferences. It was actually a video game industry conference in Vilnius. It was it was a big event. It was I think it was around 200 attendees, and it felt really good. Everybody was really relaxed. Obviously, the requirements change all of the time. You must wear a mask, or you don't need to wear a mask, and these kind of things. And I had to again again emphasize that we're talking in December. So at the moment, everything is really happening in a relaxed fashion. And obviously, some measures must be taken, but other than that, everything feels really sort of normal. I don't see why anything could go different direction.
You cannot say that. You cannot say that because in the past 2 years, everything that we said that it could not happen, it happened. So
yeah, I understand. So yeah. So for everybody who who would have some sort of doubts that maybe there's that the tension is there in terms of the conferences. It's really not in Lithuania. It's really relaxed. So
it's really good to hear that. All right, so that's definitely something to look forward for the MARE Balticum Gaming Summit. And let's talk about the MARE Balticum Gaming Summit 2022. We are very much honored to have you as an ambassador for this event, as usual, and we will keep doing this forever. What could you say, maybe some positive, no negative impact which the conference series had on the region, and maybe give something like a short teaser about why people should come to Vilnius in 2022.
Okay, it definitely had a positive impact. Actually, I won't speak about negative impact, not because you told me or I don't want to speak, but I don't really think there was a negative impact or what could, but it definitely had an impact in all in many ways. One thing is that I'm in constant direct relationship with all the regulators and all the ministries of finance who underlook the developments in gambling in Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. So it was not something of a new thing for me to have these conversations and stuff, because it's a daily routine. But when we started the series, the communication and cooperation between the regulators increased quite a bit. The regulators, they had meetings all the time, but these informal meetings that we did, it's something new. It's something really new. And prior to the first edition, it was a bit of a task for me to persuade everybody or to convince all the regulators and the ministries of finance, the representatives from the ministries of finance, that the private conference can be a real neutral event.
Yeah, exactly.
So after this was off the table, everything went smooth, because they even I got these comments from the regulators and the ministries of finance that the amount of trust is really high, like really high. It's like it's
good to hear.
If it's MARE Balticum, then obviously we will take part there, because of the trust in the organization, plus because of the scope and extent and the reach and the importance of the event. So basically, it's a bit of a must to participate there in this conference, and that's a very very good thing, because having this makes everything a lot easier.
Okay, sure.
So because it's really a general feeling, and not because of these things that it's a must because of the prestige.
Okay.
So it's not that kind of a thing. It's a must because it's really an important event, and not because I have to tick my box because of the prestige or something like that. So that's a very, very, very important thing, an outcome of this series.
Okay, so the next part is when we reveal the date. So basically, Andrius also already revealed the date, I think, in the first question. But no problem. It's very important for everyone to know when MARE Balticum is going to take place and where. Could you tell us?
So it's going to take place in Vilnius, Lithuania,
Yep.
and the 12th of May.
Yeah, indeed. Save the date, everyone. MARE Balticum Gaming Summit, the 5th edition, the actual in-person 4th edition is going to take place.
And the second in Vilnius.
Yeah, the second in Vilnius. Yeah, exactly, because we had the 2019 edition in Vilnius. Yeah.
This year we're going to have, I think one of the good ones.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Andrius, it's been nice talking to you, and
thank you very much.
Look forward to our next edition, because we are going to do a follow-up on this in a month or two about the already announced speakers and some draft agenda and some topics that we are going to include. Until then, we wish you an awesome day, evening, morning, whenever you are tuning in now, listening or watching us. So take care, everyone.
Thank you for joining. Be sure to check back next week for the next Hipther Talks, and subscribe on Amazon Music, Overcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and Pandora.